сегодня мы видим инфраструктуру НАТО прямо у нашего дома. Более того, обсуждаются вопросы вступления Украины в НАТО. Говорят, как вы сказали, это не будет завтра. А когда?
This statement frequently appears in Russian media discourse. It attempts to manipulate the citizens into believing that the war in Ukraine is a consequence of NATO's actions. However, reality differs from this narrative. The argument that NATO is getting closer and closer to Russia's borders became a staple for the Kremlin's propagandists.
Они готовятся с нами воевать серьезно. Закончатся украинцы, начнут они сами.
Usually they draw the audience's attention to the western part of the border. However, the reality looks quite different. Looking at the bigger picture, it is obvious that the idea of NATO encircling Russia isn't true. Currently, there are 5 European NATO member states that share a border with Russia. Meanwhile, Russia has a land border of over 20,000 kilometers, which it shares with 14 countries. NATO is a defensive alliance with the primary objective of safeguarding its member states. The enlargement of NATO is not directed towards Russia. Each country that joins NATO chooses to do so willingly and has a right to determine its security principles as a sovereign nation. The annexation of Crimea, an armed aggression in eastern Ukraine started by Russia in 2014,
These gunmen were wearing uniforms, but they had no insignias. Initially, they refused to identify themselves, but today they are telling some journalists on the scene that they are, in fact, Russian Marines.
And subsequent full-scale invasion compelled NATO to enhance its forces in Europe as a direct response to Russia's actions. This move served as a substantial signal of concern to its allies, reflecting the gravity of the situation. NATO has not directly entered the conflict in Ukraine and recognizes Ukraine's right to self-defense. The only country responsible for escalating the situation is Russia. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to catch our latest videos, and you can also find our analysis on debunk.org website and our social media.